Thank you very much. Let's talk about Alison.ai
Honestly,
and
it's
how
an absolute
we're
lifesaver, and it's definitely
and how
something
we're
that you have
connecting
to
between data and creative. Um, I used to work at Meta for 12 years, and I used to work with hundreds of brands. And we always used to tell them that creative is the most important thing. And I want you to hear it from someone else from Meta. Oh, we don't have access. All right. So, okay. Never mind. The video was, and I'll send it later, is that what Meta is saying right now to everyone who works with them is that creative is the most important thing, even more than targeting. They mentioned in the video that you don't need thousands of data scientists, you just need a good creative. And you hear it from Google, and you hear it from TikTok, and actually Nielsen did a study, and they found that, that creative is indeed the most important thing, more than targeting, more than reach, even more than brand, and you've built a beautiful brand. And they went into digital marketing, and they measured weak creative versus average creative versus strong creative, and you can see that strong creative contributes to results more than media, more than brand, and I think this graph is mind-blowing. And eventually the big question is, what makes creative a strong creative? And this is where Alison gets in. And we want to understand what makes creative strong. And eventually this is what we do. We take creative and we break it into thousands of different elements, and we understand how each and every one of these elements is contributing to any media KPI possible. And then we can answer a question. For example, in your creative, should the can be open or closed? What do you think? I don't know. Data will tell us. And this is actually the granularity that we're going to. We can understand simple things like where the logo is placed, which colors you're using, text position, background, call to action text. By the way, you would be amazed by how moving the logo from right-hand side to the left-hand side or to the center makes a massive difference. Then we're going and analyzing things like around the product placement and how people are consuming the product and what's the value proposition and what's the product colors and which elements are in the color or in the product. And then we're going into the story itself. Different character variation. Should you show a young female or an adult female? What's the character pose? Different social events, holidays, environment, testimonials. And then we're going to elements like structure, sound, transition pace. Is it fast? Is it slow? Scenes amount, extremely important. Duration, format. And then we're going even deeper to the more conceptual things like which concept, which atmosphere, what type of messaging, influencers. And this is like only a very partial list. We can understand thousands of different elements and correlate them with any media KPI. And eventually, our offer to you is to do bespoke analysis to your creatives and understand your world and your value proposition. And we can, again, automatically identify all of these elements. We can compare features and understand how they're behaving differently on each platform. What works for Google wouldn't work for TikTok and would work for Meta. So we can give you the recipe into what's working. We can understand how different features are engaging different audiences, different concepts, and different stages of the funnel. And we can also help you how to iterate the creative, what you need to change, and predict how each and every one of the changes will translate into media KPIs. We can do it for live creatives and also for pre-flight. And we can also do competitor analysis, see what are your competitors doing, and are you doing that, yes or no? And the outcome is understand consumers better and understand what will make them engage with your brand more, saving costs in creative production because you know what you need to include in the creative, fast to market because you don't need to waste time on A/B testing or learning phase. We have proven results in increasing ROAS, and again, we're bringing data-backed playbook for brands, it's not gut feeling, it's not A/B testing, it's data. So this is Alison. That's my LinkedIn if anyone want. We're working with a lot of brands in your area and with other leader brands, and we would love to work with you and return a favor for saving us from the heat.
Yes. Thanks, Elad. Let's give a round of applause. Josh and Joe, questions for Elad and Alison.ai.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. On the outcomes section, is it purely sort of making recommendations based on existing creative, or does it make recommendations to create certain new creatives?
So we're doing the analysis on current creatives. If you don't use any features, we won't be able to analyze them. But this is why we're doing the competitor analysis. So you're able to see what your competitors are doing that you're not doing, and again, in this granularity. And then you can be inspired, still with pride, or differentiate yourself and say, everyone are using pink, I'll use black and white.
Thank you. No, I think it's really good. In a world full of competition, as we know, and everyone trying to be us, how does the technology, if someone else had the technology, how would it make sure that Cano Water is its own person or thing, rather than showing the other brand that is going into the same direction as us and trying to copy us, not the same creative?
So our analysis is bespoke for you. We don't use any industry benchmark, and we don't want everyone to be the same. More than that, we even encourage brands that are working with us to start do filtering and understand how specific elements are impacting audiences or part of the funnel, because we want to create something that is bespoke for you. And we want to take your tone of voice, your brand book, and just make sure that the right recipes, and sometimes it's moving like small things, are there to achieve even more engagement from consumers.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Cool.
A crazy busy time for you guys over the summer period to take out an hour to do this, so thank you. Let's talk through the solutions and love to hear your winner.
Yeah, no, thank you all for presenting. All were really, really great, and I'm sure you guys didn't have much time. So yeah, props to you all. I think that we were both in agreement of the winner. I think, for us, it's very, very clear. Creative is number one for Cano and brand. It's something that for many, many years we've tried to unlock what is the absolute perfect way to speak to consumers, especially, as I said, and the challenge says, in a world full of competition and people trying to copy you. So any way of making the creative bespoke is key. So the winner, as I'm sure you can imagine, is Alison. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Let's give Alison a round of applause. Well done, Elad. Well done, Alison.